Wendy with a notebook, Wendy with a pen, digging through the dark where the secret's been. Questions fly like bullets, truth cuts deep in the shadows where nightmares creep. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and mistrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Clues left scattered like whispers in the wind. Every page they turn closer to the end. No stone unturned, no mystery safe. Through the chaos they pave the way. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and distrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Clues left scattered like whispers in the wind. Every page they turn closer to the end. No stone unturned, no mystery safe. Through the chaos they pave the way. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and distrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Late nights burn bright under the moon. Answers buried deep, they'll find them soon. Guts and glory on a darkened stage. Randy and Wendy script the final page.
Hey, everybody. So good to see y'all. Been too long. My computer is being wacky as usual. So, and I was signed out of my YouTube. Still trying to pull everything up. Hey, Barb, Warrior Grandma, so good to see you. Tobert, Karma, Scott Black, Tammy McD, Pussycat, hey girl. Sheila, how have you been? Well, if I miss you, I'm truly, truly sorry. Nana Patty, 30th celebration. Hey, Chris Ray. Let's see. I'm trying to pull it up here, pull it up there. What a week, huh? And I haven't been around enough. Let me pull this up. See if I can pull up the. Thank you. I see some people have hit the thumbs up. Please keep doing so. Now let's see if the chat will come up. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm getting it together. Member for 18 months. Thank you for being a member for 18 months. Bill Jones, L. Where's Top Chat? I can't find it. I know it's somewhere. There it is. Okay, y'all. I'm getting it together. Let me do this while I'm thinking about it. Let's give away some memberships because this month is almost over, and I'm just about out. There it is. Let's see who gets one. Tammy McD, welcome. Barb, welcome. Hey, Bang Bang Kiss Kiss. Hey, Mickey, welcome. Destination Lynn Williams and Texas Lassie. If you're here, thank you for being here. If you're not here, and you'll maybe seeing this later, thank you. Okay. Hey, Shamat. Oh, we got so much catching up to do. Oh. So yeah, you're welcome, Barb. And if you want to be a part of Bad Friends, just hit join. We're all the same here. No one's better and no one's worse. We all just suck as friends sometimes. Hi, Freeside. Good to see you. So today has been a shitty day for me. Can't tell you why, but it just has. How has y'all's day been? So I thought I would come live and have people cheer me up, even though there's really what can we cheer up about? This first we lose Malcolm Jamal Warner. Right, Chris Ray? Yeah, it's hot. I had to take a shower. I set the live stream up and ran and took a shower right quick just to get the dirt of the day off me. Slow, you say. Oh. Um First we lose Malcolm Jamal Warner. Then the one and only Ozzy. Chuck Mangione, and Hulk Hogan. I mean, come on. And that's just the ones we know about. I don't know. You know, I really did assume when I first heard that Ozzy had passed that he had done something to himself because he had just had that concert and he did look frail and maybe that was his last, he was saying, "You know what? I'm done." But no. No, no, no. They worked on him for 2 hours trying to save his life. He didn't. Connie Francis, my mom's time. Connie Francis, let me wait a minute. Is that the one who sang the singer, hold on. Pretty little flowers. I sing for hours, pretty little baby. Yeah, no, I seen this thing. It said, check on your Gen X friends. They are not okay. So then, where the boys are. Man, how old was she? Hold on, let me look. 87. Yeah, pretty little baby. Am I singing the wrong song? Is Crafts here? Oh, you're talking about Nana Patty. Yeah. So, okay. And then I tell you, I mostly logged off after the Stephen Stearns thing. I just was like, what the? I didn't even listen to the judge sentence him. Hey, Dana. I didn't listen to, because I don't think that, I haven't seen anything where the judge admonished him, and maybe he did. And if he did, I'll go back and listen. But if he didn't, yeah, you are, pussycat. Um, but if he didn't, I don't want to. Now I did listen to, and I think I Want Us Together, sort of claiming to be something called Generation Jones. I think it's new. Is that for George Jones? I don't know. Pussycat, yes, I did. I thought what we would do tonight, besides celebrate that the 30th, hopefully we're going to get an end to Merbsicle. I mean, we already are a bunch of winners, and that's just facts. And it, but it's time for us to say what's going to happen. Come on. But I can say with confidence that the judge has went over everything, and I don't think we're going to be let down. So, you know, she says she is going away this week. Well, she better be on the phone call on the 30th. Florida Gray posted the paperwork, micro generation between the boomers and Gen X. Huh. Didn't know that. Never heard it. Me too, Dana Leslie. I want the transcripts. I want y'all to get to hear what we heard. And you are here to help. Because look, that they put, like, I can't say it enough. They put on such a show that literally people could have charged to have been in there and listened. It was that good. And again, the circus yeah, yeah. Heather didn't bring the circus. Murphy brought the circus. Love that for you. Love that it all went down like that. Tickles me to death. But did y'all okay? So I want us together to listen to okay, we can do what the judge said to Lori Vallow, which I think is awesome. But I also thought that the sister of Kate, what was her name? Kaylee. Uh, I don't want to mispronounce it, and I'm about to say the wrong name. Enclave. Is that Gonclave? She bang bang kiss kiss. Let me tell you something. I am just tickled with Gonclaves. Okay, thank you. And I know I'm saying it wrong, but I don't want to say it wrong. I want to listen to her victim impact statement because I don't think that I've ever heard a better one. And I don't mean that the heartfelt ones um, aren't wonderful and great because they are. But oh, I know it, Alan. But I know that probably the only flinch that he made was when the sister talked to him and told him about himself in a way. Gone Calvez. Thank you. She did. She kicked his ass. She did. Let me see if I can pull it up. Come on, with the whole thing. I think this is it.
Hello, I'd like to start by thanking the Court for allowing me the time and opportunity to speak today. My name is Olivia, and I'm the big sister.
I saw after.
I listened
No,
for
not
them.
human.
I promise.
After she gave this statement, she said she got nervous because hers wasn't as heartfelt. Oh, I'm sorry. And but no, girl, you nailed it.
Them I would, that I would fight for them, that I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them. And not even death could change that. Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance. If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment, my wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts, even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love, as bare and as naked as it could be.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Brantley.
Not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion, but written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them. That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it. And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension. They would say to me, why would you give the satisfaction of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down. And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power. And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath, psychopath, murderer. I will ask the questions that reverberate violently in my own head, so loudly that I can't think straight most any day. Some of these might be familiar, so sit up straight when I talk to you.
Boom. I'll just love her. And thank you so much for the tip, Shamat. I appreciate it.
How was your life right before you murdered my sisters? Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your apartment? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this time. Why did you choose my sisters? Before making your move, did you approach my sisters? Detail what you were thinking and feeling. Before leaving their home, is there anything else you did? How does it feel to know the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper? Did you recently start shaving or manually pulling out your eyebrows?
If you watch him blinking now, nodding his head a little bit.
Why November 13th? Did you truly think your Amazon purchase was untraceable because you used a gift card? How do you find it enjoyable to stargaze with such a severe case of visual snow? Where is the murder weapon? The clothes you wore that night? What did you bring into the house with you? What was the second weapon you used on Kaylee? What were Kaylee's last words? Please describe in detail the level of anxiety you must have felt when you heard the Bearcat pull up to your family home on December 30th, 2022. Which do you regret more? Returning to the crime scene 5 hours later, or never, ever going back to Moscow, not even once, after stalking them there for months? If you were really smart, do you think you'd be here right now? What's it like needing this much attention just to feel real? You're terrified of being ordinary, aren't you? Do you feel anything at all? Or are you
No.
exactly what you always feared? Nothing. If you're so powerful, then why are you still hiding, defendant? You see, I'm here today as me. But who are you? Let's try to take off your mask and see. You didn't create devastation. You revealed it in yourself. And that darkness you carry, that emptiness, you'll sit with it long after this is over. That is your sentence. And it was written on the wall long before you ever pled guilty. You didn't win. You just exposed yourself as the coward you are. You're a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser who thought you were so much smarter than everybody else. Constantly scolding, turning your nose up to grammar mistakes, nitpicking and criticizing others. You wanted so badly to be different, to be special, to be better, to be deep, to be mysterious. You found yourself thinking you were better than everyone else, and you thought you could figure out the human psyche and see through it, all while tweaked out on heroin. Lurking in the shadows made you feel powerful because no one ever paid you any attention in the light. You thought you were exceptional, all because of a grade on a paper. You thought you were elite because your online IQ test from 2010 told you so. All of that effort just to seem important. It's desperate. There is a name for your condition, though. Your inflated ego just didn't allow you to see it. Wannabe. You act like no one could ever understand your mind, but the truth is you're basic. You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic. You aren't special or deep, not mysterious or exceptional. Don't ever get it twisted again. No one is scared of you today. No one is intimidated by you. No one is impressed by you. No one thinks that you are important. You orchestrated this like you thought you were God. Now look at you, begging a courtroom for scraps. You spent months preparing, and still all it took was my sister in a sheath. You work so hard to seem dangerous, but real control doesn't have to prove itself. The truth is, the scariest part about you is how painfully average you turned out to be. The truth is, you're as dumb as they come. Stupid, clumsy, slow, sloppy, weak, dirty. Let me be very clear. Don't ever try to convince yourself you mattered just because someone finally said your name out loud. I see through you. You want the truth? Here's the one you'll hate the most. If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your fucking ass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Wow.
Subscribe below and down.
Nobody will ever convince me that that is not one of the most awesome women in the world. Yes, if you haven't heard that, I mean, jeez, this is like probably the third time that I've listened to it. She knew right how to get to him. And and you could tell it did. Love it. Even though he's not going to feel guilt. So she knew that. no remorse, no, he's just not capable of feeling. I do think that he's a real psychopath. So then today, then not today, but then we see that the end finally of the Lori Vallow Daybell saga. Um, yeah, I would have loved to have been there for that. Yeah, did y'all see where Colby he gave his statement from a hospital room? Um, Surviving the Survivor has shared out his GoFundMe. He's had a lot of health problems recently, and so he couldn't be in there, but they all got to have a go at Lori, and that was glorious. Yes. Now, Bullhorn Betty's psychic Olivia's dating Steve. Okay, so who is Steve? I remember Olivia. Who's Steve? I've never watched a full Bullhorn Betty stream, and I've never watched Olivia. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Well, he could do worse. I think she's a pretty young girl. All right. So let's watch the judge hand it to. So good to see you, our Brian.
Truth seems to matter little to our talking heads on the news and to our politicians. I'm proud that this trial court and through our jury trials, we draw on the collective wisdom of jurors to determine the truth. As I said in my jury instructions to the jury, it is their job to determine the truth. The defendant spent several minutes talking about statistics and being prevented from presenting her side, and that is not the truth. Maricopa County is a court of innovation. We virtually screened hundreds of jurors, and we kicked off jurors from service that had ever even heard of Lori Vallow. So when she says that she couldn't get a fair trial in Maricopa County, that is not the truth. Your cases involved 24 separate jurors who deliberated and reached verdicts on these two cases. They represent a broad cross-section of society, which means these two verdicts represent the decisions of our community, not the view of a single person, not the view of a single prosecutor, and not the view of a judge. The collective decision-making of juries helps to reduce individual biases and errors in judgment. 12 jurors in the first case unanimously agreed that proof beyond a reasonable doubt established you conspired to kill Charles Vallow. And 12 separate jurors in the second case, again with no prior knowledge of you whatsoever, no knowledge of your notoriety, unanimously agreed you conspired to have Brandon Boudreaux killed. Many people have asked why the state bothered to extradite you and bring you to Arizona, given the sentences that you received in Idaho. Trials are not just about seeking accountability or punishment from those who have committed crimes, but to give the victims of crimes justice and acknowledgement of the impact of being a victim. Justice demands not only recognition of the pain inflicted, but a firm response that upholds the dignity of every victim harmed by the actions of someone who has shown blatant disregard for humanity. You've left a wake of destruction stretching from Louisiana, across Texas, Arizona, up to Idaho and back again. Anytime a person victimizes a single individual, the ripple effects of their actions extend far beyond the immediate harm. And you have not victimized just a single victim, but many. You've shattered lives, you've undermined trust, you've sowed fear in the hearts of many. I can't imagine what Brandon and his family went through for those months, hiding. Charles's family wondering who's next. Is someone coming for them? Jenny said a lot of the things I was already going to say to you, Brandon. I'll just touch on a couple of them. I had wondered during the trial whether you suffer from survivor's guilt, and she confirmed that for me today. I also remember looking at you in the back of the courtroom trial, and just, you have this look about you of a wounded individual. I hope you can heal someday. To Charles's family, I just wanted to share with you that I'm sorry for your loss. Charles seemed like a great all-around guy. One of the exhibits that was put up during the first trial, I noticed something. He and I share the same birthday. So I'll remember him on my birthday. I've seen many, many cases in my career where someone faces a long prison sentence for what amounted to one split-second bad decision. You are not that person. You are not that person. The amount of contemplation, calculation, planning, manipulation that went into these crimes is unparalleled in my career. Your powers of manipulation are profoundly destructive, one that undermines trust, distorts truth, and can erode the very foundations of healthy relationships and society. The impact of your manipulation has been devastating, insidious, and far-reaching, and perhaps still unknown. One can't help but wonder if Alex died as a result of the extraordinary burdens that you placed upon him. No one will ever know. You preyed on the vulnerability of those around you, JJ, Tylee, Alex, Melanie, others. And today I heard about Colby. You specialized in exploiting the empathy and goodwill of others, turning those virtues into tools of control and harm. I think that over time, as a result of being subjected to your manipulation, those people lost their sense of self and their ability to distinguish truth from falsehood. In the face of such profound damage, a long prison sentence is not merely a punishment. It is a necessary affirmation that our society values justice, protection, and the sanctity of human life. You just referenced a Bible verse or a verse recently about the prisoners shall go free. That is not a literal verse. That is a verse about people that accept Jesus can be in prison and they will go free when they die and go to heaven. But it will take an act of God for you to go free. In short, you should never be released from prison. Eventually, the camera that you seek out so much, the media requests, will lessen over time and you'll fade into obscurity.
Arizona, Lori Vallow, Daybell, was sentenced to
There it
2
went.
consecutive life sentences for
I don't know why it cut off. But you could tell he made it. Hey, Debbie Johnson, he got emotional. He kindly made it a little bit personal with the birthday. I loved everything about it. And did y'all see Lori's final interview? Where again, what is this? Okay, I'll have to talk because of fair use, but let's listen to that because this was the night before her sentence. And like you could tell, like she's still in such denial. I like that judge a lot too. He's been great through the whole thing. And let's see.
Twice before. I have interviewed her. She got in trouble in jail.
She said a lot of things that that I would like to say. And I wonder why she got in trouble. She got in trouble, and so they had to do it like not face to face, teleconference, whatever.
This time, our only option was
Our
by
Brian, I know there's a meeting. Hey, Thank One, good to see you. There's a meeting the 30th, so hopefully we'll know everything then.
video or phone. Lori started this whole thing off by holding up a picture of her and her husband, Chad Daybell,
Idiot.
and this is how the interview began.
This all ends on Friday. Sentence, this is done. It's really the end of your connection with the outside world. How do you feel about this ending?
I don't feel like it's an ending of anything. I was convicted in the media long before I ever went to trial. You know this, everybody knows this.
But you have to understand the media coverage came because your kids are dead.
Right.
And if Chad Daybell had never come into your life, would your kids still be alive today?
No, if you understood what actually happened to my children, then you would know that it didn't have anything to do with Chad.
It's so hard for me to watch her without getting just enraged.
But they ended up dead and buried on Chad's property.
I understand what
At this point, the video went down. Nobody could get it back up and working. The woes of trying to communicate with somebody in jail. So we continued by phone. And this is where it gets really interesting. The back and forth between me and Lori about the deaths of her kids, Tylee and JJ. Back in 2019, she wouldn't say a word about where they were when they went missing. But now, for the first time, she's talking about how she says she found them dead.
And you told me that Tylee took JJ's life and then her own. How then would Tylee be able to dismember herself and bury herself if she killed herself?
So Brianna, my love for my children is eternal. And my children are eternal. And they're just in the next phase of their eternal life. And if people understood that, then they wouldn't be so set on things that happen here
Hey, Destin.
in this life.
But they were killed. And so how would she have buried herself if she
Do y'all think? I wonder. Yeah. Do y'all think? I do. I wonder if she really believes that. If y'all knew what's going to happen in the next life, y'all wouldn't care about what happened in this life.
did it herself? I think people need to know that answer.
Hey,
Well,
Pammy.
that's a ridiculous question that anybody could bury themselves.
Who buried them there?
You have 1 minute remaining. So we all know that was Alex. So that's all come out.
Alex buried them there. So Alex was the one that killed them.
No one killed them. And I'm not going to go into that again.
Did you physically watch your children die?
So I did not, absolutely. And,
It's honest. That's the first time that she's ever said Alex buried them that I know of.
there's so much going on now, so much going on here in Arizona with the cases and everything. I thought that that's what you wanted to talk about.
And it's all connected into the same web of what happened. And so we're at the end now, and I want to hear the truth from you.
I wasn't there. Tylee was babysitting. I found them afterwards. It was several hours afterwards. It was horrible. It was the worst thing that ever happened in my life. And there's not much more I can tell you about that. You can never be prepared to lose your children. You just can't.
No, you planned to lose your children.
There's no
This-
worse tragedy.
It's just, this sounds so
I
crazy.
wasn't prepared so much.
It sounds crazy considering you were convicted of killing your kids.
Well, that I attribute that to the media. I don't attribute that to the facts.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe you're smarter than the investigators that handled your cases?
No, I don't believe I'm smarter than anybody. I've never made that proclamation. I just know truth, and they don't know the truth because they weren't there.
Lori claims to me Tylee and JJ were always going to die young and that they, quote, fulfilled their missions. Tomorrow is her last connection with the outside world as she faces sentencing for what happened to Charles Vallow and Brandon Boudreaux. Then she'll be shipped back to Idaho, where she's going to face life sentences for the murders of her children. On Friday, will you have empathy for Charles' family and Brandon's family, who will get up in court and speak their feelings and their truth?
Yeah, absolutely. I have empathy for every human being, and I mourn with those that mourn. Like, I mourn the loss of Charles. People don't understand. I'm not upset with anyone for having the feelings that they have.
Many of them feel like you are evil.
Well, they can have whatever feelings that they want to have, and the truth will be made known at some point.
But I think most people would argue that your reality is a delusional reality.
Well, they can think that if they want to. I mean, everyone is going to find out that that is not true. But we're all going to be there together, Brianna, you and me and everybody in heaven. And when you and I are there, Brianna, you can come up to me and say, "Oh, Lori, you were right." And I'll say, "I love you, Brianna."
Well,
No matter what you thought, or no matter what you judged me of, or whatever, I love you.
and with that, we will be in court Friday morning, the very end of the Lori Vallow Daybell saga. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Wow. She never ceases to amaze. Yikes, right, Brantley? That's a yikes. When you see me in heaven, you can say you were right and I was wrong and I love you. Wow. She doesn't, hey, Catherine Place, so good to see you. Her dead children are, right. Imagine the fear that they felt. The betrayal. Gathering Place, we should hopefully have an answer on the 30th. That lady that Charles dated right before he passed in an interview yesterday, Charles told her that Lori was embarrassed of Tylee and sent her away so she wouldn't be in Colby's wedding pics. Really? Yeah, they could compare stories. Could you believe it? I was also tried in the media, says Merb. Self-righteous is showing there, Lori. She's very self-righteous. I agree with that 1,000%. I don't know. A lot of people are asking how she colors her hair in prison. All I can think is either she's getting commissary or they use tricks, products. I watched a woman the other day put on makeup with an M&M. Let's see. She did her eyeshadow with an M&M. She may have done her lipstick with an M&M. I'm not sure. Me too. Me too. Gathering Place. Me too. So we definitely need a trial to go to. Hopefully soon. Should I? Paladin is what some said. Oh, well, yeah. I bet that would work. It's got bleach in it. She did, but they wet candy and make eyeshadow. Yeah, that's what I saw. And look, the M&M eyeshadow did not look that bad. I think they used Kool-Aid. I think it was like Kool-Aid packets for blush. But, she's not going to be able, her looks are fading, as with everybody. That happens. But she's showing what she's been through or put herself through. She's not been through anything. She's put herself through everything. Hey, Carol Clark Peroxide, yeah, could be. That's I do think her hair's pretty blonde. Gather in place. I think that's not a bad idea. Used red Smarties for lipstick when you were kids. Yeah, you do what you have to do. I would love to do that. I think that's a good idea, Gather in place. Do we know if the mother and sister finally saw this? I doubt it. Sugar all over your face. Yeah, I won't break you out. Are you thinking of something not too heavy would be good? I agree with that so much. I was looking around today to see if I saw anything and I didn't. Um, but I'm not going to give up. That's where the majority of the super chats, the PayPal's, all that goes to going to trials. And I would love to find a good one and go. I hate that we didn't get to go to Stephen Stern. And then there's a part of me that was a little bit relieved. Oh, are you? Hawaii. Oh, how beautiful. That would just be, I can't even imagine how gorgeous Hawaii is. In person. No meaning to the term sweet cheeks. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Monchichi. Oh, yeah, the Ginas. We used to do tutorials. Ask Vinny what cases need some coverage. Yeah, yeah, me and Vin. Oh, you're going to have a ball. I'm so happy for you. Same, Dest. I've never been, and someday I won't. You didn't get an invite to Hawaii? Well, mate, just hang in there, Charlie. She has creators in her face always. Hey, Merb. Oh, Donna Adelson trial August. I thought they put that off. You know what? That is such starving one son. Oh, do you? I didn't know that you want. I thought. I know that. Well, I'll text you from now on and tell you. Um. Oh no, that's already been tried. Shanda, she got life in prison. She tried to come. She makes me sick. Um, she tried to get an appeal for a new trial, but she got turned down. You do not want to watch that. Don't. I'm telling you, I cannot. She makes you want to just come through the screen. She doesn't remember anything. We do need another Amber Heard Johnny Depp case. All right, y'all. I know this was short and sweet. I think tomorrow what we'll do is I'll go live again and we'll cover whatever true crime. Shannon M. I've missed y'all, and that's why I want to tomorrow afternoon, go live and track down a TikToker who small infant that was crying in the background. The boyfriend was choking the infant. It's so disturbing. Well, now allegedly, hey Body Cat, because I know you're talking about the drama twins. I know Danny and Gabby. I don't know them. I watch. Nobody won yet, Brantley. August 19th, Florida. Is it in Florida, the Adelson trial? I wonder how long that'll last. I think that's going to be a long one. Which part of Florida? I miss you being on panel. I understand why, but I miss you and your kitties. Yeah, that's Lori's favorite place, Hawaii. Well, you know what? I don't think she's ever going to get to go back, Pussycat. Well, I should be live tomorrow. What happened to the sheriff? Look, I don't know. That is one of the hardest things to get any inside information on. I've tried. It They keep kind of tossing around. I think what's going to happen is he's going to get a plea. I don't think we're ever going to know. I think it's going to be Tallahassee unless they can't seat a jury. Retrial for Shanda Vanderark. They're not going to give her one. Body Cat, how are you doing? You're missed. You're missed, ma'am. Yes, look for my live tomorrow. It will be, like I said, in the afternoon. And we'll just go through the whole day. Whatever happens, we'll go through it. And if it's not tomorrow night, it'll be while I'm at the shop tomorrow sometime maybe. The sheriff in Kentucky where your grandma that walked in and shot the judge. No, she's not getting a new trial. She wanted one. I appreciate y'all so much for going. I'm sorry it's not longer. Springfield 3 case. Oh, let me look it up. They're missing. In 1992, Susie Stacy. Out of Missouri. That one is still, it's an old case, but insane. I would love, you're welcome, Gathering Place. It's so good to see everybody. I miss y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, though, for sure. Have a great night. I appreciate y'all.